Hari Om everyone. I welcome all of you to session 4 of the Vedic Maths crash course. Let's begin the session with the prayers.
Hari Om, ma'am.
Join your hands, keep your back straight, close your eyes and chant with me but with your mics on mute. Om. 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु
Guru
साक्षात्
Sakshat Param.
ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. With the blessings of our Sadguru, Sri Prabhuji, let us now begin the session.
ಏನೋ ಅವ್ಳು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಾ ಕೇಳಿದ್ಲ ಅವಳು
I hope my screen is visible. Today we are doing the fourth lesson and we'll be learning something which is considered really important and one of the most popular tricks in Vedic maths. It's called Vinculum. But before we get there, understand what it is, what it means, how it's done, let's take a look at our stars of the week. These are the ones who submitted their homework for the previous session, and they are Gaurav, Diya, Disha, and Srujana. So I will also be uploading the leaderboard, the final leaderboard, after the session. I'm really excited to look at who tops it. And there's a surprise for the one who tops the leaderboard. With that being said, let's start with our lesson for today. It's called Vinculum, and a lot of you may have heard of this term, but you may not be familiar with it or how it's used. It's used in multiple things like addition, subtraction, and many more. But today we'll look at Vinculum through subtraction and how subtraction can be made easy with Vinculum. Let's begin. So here you have this number. This is something we'll subtract. I'm sure you've all done subtraction before you've learned it, but then you probably need to take a carry over to solve such subtraction problems. Why don't you try solving it before I teach you the curriculum way of doing it? Try solving the subtraction problem. I don't think it should take a lot of time. Recording. If you're done, please raise your hand. Okay, very nice. I see that one of you is done. I think Srijana is done. With that, this was just to understand how long it takes and how it is done. So you know how it's done the conventional way. Now let's look at the Vedic maths way. So what do you think of this first part? If you have to do it without carryover, let's just take it like this simply. 6 minus 8. What is it? In math terms, it is minus 2, isn't it? Because 6 is smaller than 8. When you subtract 6 from 8, you get a minus 2. But you don't really have to think about this much. Just think of it like this rather than minus 2 or even thinking about the negative in the first place. Just see, if 6 is smaller, that is, if this number's digits are smaller than this number's digits, then simply take whichever the number is larger. Here it's 8. So subtract 6 from 8 and write 2. But you can't just write 2. You'll have to put a bar on top. So like you write minus 2, we'll be writing 2 bar. It's a bar on top. This is called vinculum. We'll look at how it's done. So this is the first thing you need to know. Let's solve. So I need a volunteer who can help me solving this. Yes, Rajana. Okay. Now tell me what is 3 minus 5?
Minus 2.
Minus 2. You're right. But in the vinculum way, we'll write it as bar 2 or 2 bar. Okay, so here's the 2 bar again. So we have 2 bar already and this 2 bar. Now what is 2 minus 6?
Minus 4.
Very nice. So we'll say 4 bar. And what is 0 minus 1?
It's 1. Minus 1.
Very nice. Or 1 bar. And finally, you have 5 minus 9, which is?
4 bar.
Yeah, 4 bar. Now, once you're done with this, you will see that 7 minus 3 is simply 4. So you simply write 4. You don't add a bar because it's not negative. You simply write it. Also, one thing that is probably very obvious is that even if all of these numbers are smaller than these numbers, the first digit will always be greater here because it's a greater number. And only if this is a greater number, we will be able to subtract, right? That's the reason you'll notice that this number will always be greater than this. So with that, so now we're done with the first step. We need to look at the second step. We'll be looking at a formula that we've already learned. It's called Nichilam Navatas Charmam, or who remembers what Nichilam Navatas Charmam is?
Mommy.
Yes, Vidvat, please tell me.
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Yeah. So can someone name all the formulas that we've learned in Vedic Maths so far? Who can tell me? It's a quick revision for you all. So think, even if you can name one of it, that's good. Okay, let me give you a clue. So there is one formula that we learned. It's called all from 9, last from 10. Does someone remember?
Multiplication.
Correct. Which is what we will use here. So it's a formula, but you can use it for multiplication, you can use it for addition, you can also use it for subtraction like we're using it here. It's a formula, but you can use it at different places. So now we'll be using the same formula. One second. Yeah. So we'll be subtracting all digits from our right from 9 except the last digit, which is we'll subtract it from 10 to remove these bars and come to the final answer. So let's begin now. So if you remember, I just told you we'll be subtracting from right, the first one from 10 and remaining from 9. So because we only those numbers which have a bar on top to remove the bar. So you have 2. So when you subtract 2 from 10, you get 8. The next number we'll subtract it from 9. So 9 minus 2 is 7. Again, 9 minus 4 is 5. And 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 4 is 5. So now you have removed the bars for all of these digits. But what happens to this first digit, the one without the bar? You will be taking its predecessor for this. And who remembers what the predecessor is?
Ma'am, the number before.
Very nice, excellent. I'd encourage all of you to raise your hands before answering. That'll help us take names and it'll be more nice. So this should be our final answer. This is how you arrive at it. Did we all understand? To quickly summarize, so those numbers which you need to take a carryover, you simply write a bar or the negative of it. You simply do normal subtraction, that's 8 minus 6 and write minus 2, but it's called 2 bar. Then you write 2 bar. Then once you're done solving all of it, we do something called as deveniculum, which is what we just did, which is subtract all digits from 9 and the last digit from 10 to remove the bars. Let's look at another problem. We'll be looking at 3 problems to understand all the different variations. So once you've mastered this method, you will see that you're able to solve much faster and it's more accurate because there are more chances of making errors when you do carryovers. But here there is very little scope for you to make a mistake. So let's begin with this problem. Again, here it's a 5-digit minus a 5-digit number. So first, as you can see here, it's just normal subtraction. 7 minus 6, it's 1. 5 minus 5 is 0. 6 minus 8, it's a minus 2, but we write 2 bar. And how do you know if it's if for those of you who don't know or don't understand how minus 2 is done, maybe because you haven't done in teachers, it's simply if you can't do 6 minus 8, then do 8 minus 6, you'll get a 2. But because it was 8 that we subtracted from 6, it will be a minus 2. But we'll write a 2 bar. Now, 5 minus 1, again, it's simple. It's just 4, the conventional thing. And 9 minus 6 finally is 3. Now, how do we go to the next step? Very simple. Same thing. Subtract all digits from 9 and last digits from 10 to remove the bar. Remember, this is only for the bar, not for the numbers that don't have a bar on top. So, 1 and 0, we write it as is. Only 2 we subtract from 9 or 10. Who's going to tell me?
Ma'am, 9.
But you're right. When you think of it that way, in some sense, logically, you may be right. But like I told you, this is only applicable for the numbers with bar. And I told you subtract all digits from 9. But the last digit or the first digit from right will always be subtracted from 10. Therefore, you'll subtract this number from 10 and you get 8. Now, the remaining one, there are no bars, right? Remaining 3 and 4 both don't have bars, so you simply write the predecessor of 3 and 4, which is 34. What is the predecessor of 34?
Ma'am, 33.
Yes, Srujana.
Ma'am, 33.
Very nice. Both are right, Srujana and Kaustubh. It is 33, and this is our final answer. Very nice. Now, here's our final problem that we'll solve, and then I'll take doubts for this. So how do we solve this? Who's going to help me solve this? So it's 6 minus 8 if you start from right. So how do you write it? Yes, Rojana.
2 bar.
Excellent. Now how do you do 7 minus 5?
2 bar.
Think again.
Sorry, ma'am, 2.
Yeah, be careful. So it's 2. Very nice. So 2 minus 6.
4 bar.
Very good. And this one as it is because it's just normal math. And what next? 5 minus 9?
4 bar. Ma'am, 4 bar.
Very good, Kaustubh. And what's the last one?
Ma'am, 3.
Correct. So now we're done with this. Can one of you try doing the second step and then tell me? Then we can check.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I?
yes, Vidwat, you can explain. But before we do the explanation part, can you do it yourself? And then we can verify if it's right.
Okay.
Very nice. Do it yourself and you can write it down. To give you a clue. So because this is we're doing 3 different variations in the sense what are the different possibilities that the numbers can come. Don't worry about whether you're getting the right answer or not. What is important is that you try it out once.
Excuse
Okay.
me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, actually 9 minus 2 is 7, no? Why will we write 8?
Where is it? Where was 8 written? In the previous question. Okay, we'll go back to it 1 second. Let's look at it. No, but see, that is what I said. So this is applicable only for the barred numbers. So here in our previous question, All of these numbers were barred, right? So we started from the first barred number here. So that we'll be subtracting from 10. See, the last digit is subtracted from 10. And then if there are bars, then you subtract it from 9. But because here there was only one bar, this is the first bar, so we subtracted from 10. If 4 was also barred, then we would have subtracted it from 9. Because it was not barred, therefore we write the predecessor. Yeah. I hope you solved this part. Now let's look at it. Yes, Vidwat, do you want to try explaining it?
And the answer is 7 2 from the left, I mean from the right it's 7 2 5 1 6 3.
Very nice. Let's check if it's correct. We can do this together. So see, it's subtract all digits from 9 and last digit from 10. Here the last digit is from right the first digit. Okay. We start from 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. Now, because this doesn't have a bar, we'll write the predecessor. Always remember, the one that doesn't have a bar on top and it's here, you write the predecessor of it. Then, you do it from 10 again because we'll consider this as a new bar. Only if there are consecutive bars. Only if there are consecutive bars, you will take all from 9 and last from 2. If the bars are separated, then you take all from 10. So if you subtract it from 10 here, now because if you notice, 1 doesn't have a bar, so we'll take the predecessor. Now 4 has a bar again, but because it's not a consecutive bar, we do it from 10, we subtract it from 10. And finally, here there's no bar. So any guesses? What would you do here? There is no bar. What will you do? Yes, Rujan.
I'm the predecessor of that number.
Excellent. I think I also heard Vidwat say it, and you're right. You write the predecessor. So it's 260618. Don't worry about it if you think this is going to take a longer time. Simply try the worksheet, practice, and then you'll know how to do it. Even if you feel this is a little complicated, trust me, it's worth all the practice and all the time that you give it because it will be quicker once you get hang of it. So very nice. If you understood this part, then you let's move on to the practice questions. To simply revise, you if it's all separate, the bars are separate, then you simply subtract it from 10. If there are consecutive bars, you see consecutive bars somewhere, then you subtract last one from 10 and then remaining from 9, and all the numbers that are not barred, you write the predecessor. Okay, let's start now. I request all of you to try solving these three questions. You can take a few minutes and don't worry if you feel the vernacular method it's complicated, it's a lot, it's taking a lot more time than regular math. That is because you're doing this for the first time. So even if you think it's taking a bit more time, still stick to this method and try solving it for now.
Mom, I finished the first one.
Very nice. Please also solve the remaining two, and and it'll also be nice if you can explain how you did it. We can solve
Yes,
it
ma'am.
together.
About the Mom, I finished the second one.
Very nice, Kaustubh.
Ma'am, I finished all of them.
Okay, we'll wait until others are done. If you're done, please raise your hand. Okay, let's just wait for another 10 seconds and then we can try solving it ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, I think we can start now. So, Kaustubh, why don't you give us the answer to the first question?
Ma'am, ma'am, 6 minus 8 by 2.
What's the final answer?
Ma'am, 4 by 5 by 6 by 6 by 2.
Okay, wait a minute, we'll do it. Who else is done? Who wants to answer to the first one? Yes, Rujana.
And the final answer?
Yes, the final answer.
14438.
Excellent. So let's look at how it's done. Why don't you explain to us once? Give me a second and yes. Why don't you explain to us how you did it?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 6 minus 8 bar 2.
Very good.
1 minus 7 bar 6.
Super.
2 minus 7 bar 5.
Hmm.
3 minus 8 bar 5.
Hmm.
And 7 minus 5, 2.
Very nice. And
So
then yeah, go
10
ahead.
minus 2 is 8.
Hmm.
9 minus 6 is 3.
Yes.
9 minus 5 is 4.
Hmm.
Again 9 minus 5 is 4. And 2's predecessor is 1.
Very nice, and that's the right answer. Very good,
Ma'am,
excellent.
I
So
completed
for
everything.
and I hope all of you followed how this problem was solved.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Vidwat.
Ma'am, we should subtract all from 9 and the last one from 10, no, ma'am?
Yes, and by last we mean the last digit here because you're starting from 9. Though this is the last digit in the number, we are considering it as we'll simply subtract it from 10. Was that the
Okay.
only doubt?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, very nice. I hope you understood this, and you'll get it only with practice. You'll get more familiar. So I'll you can think of it like this. So the first time you learned division, the first time you learned multiplication, you may have felt and now you know how different it is, how easy you find it, right?
Yeah,
Similarly,
ma'am.
any new method you learn, it will feel like a very complicated thing, too many steps, very different from what I've done so far. But don't worry, with practice, you'll get it. So, what's the answer to the second one? Who wants to?
Answer?
Who was it? Vidvat, is it? Yes, Vidvat.
It's 5 bar.
What's the final answer after removing the bar?
Yeah, 54436.
Okay, let's look at it. We'll verify whether how we get the answer. We'll also try solving it. Who wants to answer? Who else? If you have a different answer, yes, yes, Rajana.
Ma'am, 63427.
63427. Okay, let's check now. 92413, and all of us can check as I'm doing it. If you have a doubt or if you think, oh, this is where this step is what I did a little differently, please tell us. Then I tell you why we did it, how we did it. Okay. Yes, you can start explaining now how you did it.
Ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Start
Uh,
with me.
3 minus
6 is.
3 minus. Ma'am, I wrote the question wrong.
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, no worries. You can try solving it now with us. So 3 minus 6, yeah, what is it?
It's um um it's 3 bar.
Very good. And what is 1 minus 8?
7 bar.
Very nice. And what is 4 minus 9?
5 bar.
Very good. 2 minus 8?
6 bar.
Very nice. And 9 minus 2?
Ma'am, 7.
Very nice. Okay, let's try now. Try removing bars. How will you start now?
Ma'am, first it's 7.
Hmm?
So, 2.
Hmm?
No, 2. 4.
Hmm?
3.
Hmm?
And 6.
See, this is the right answer. Very nice. Excellent, Vidvat. You've gotten it pretty well. You can do it. Very nice. And to the rest of you who tried, and whether you got it right or wrong, it doesn't really matter at this stage. But if you tried solving it, that itself is a really good thing. Here's the last problem we'll solve. It's 6, 7, 5, 6, 5 minus 5, 8, 6, 7, 9. Who wants to answer?
Ma'am, can I? Ma'am, that time I got it wrong. Can I answer now?
Yes, please, for this. Yes, give us your final answer.
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, I got it.
Hmm.
Ma'am, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6.
Okay, why don't we try solving it once? Yeah. Hmm. Tell me how you would solve it. Okay, does someone else want to explain how they would want to solve it? Yes, Srijan, go ahead.
Ma'am, 5 minus 9, 4 bar.
Very nice.
6 minus 7, 1 bar.
Hmm.
5 minus 6, 1 bar.
Hmm.
7 minus 8, 1 bar.
Hmm.
And 6 minus 5 is 1.
Very good. Okay, now what's the next step?
Ma'am, 10 minus 4 is 6.
Hmm.
9 minus 1 is 8.
Yes.
Again 9 minus 1 is 8.
Hmm.
And again 9 minus 1 is 8.
Yeah.
And one's predecessor is 0. So the answer is 8886.
Very
Ma'am,
nice.
I told.
Excellent. Yes, Kaustubh, you did. So very nice, Rujana. This is the right method. I'm really proud of you all. You're able to pick it so quickly and you've done it so accurately. Very nice. That was it for today's session. Hari Om.
Hari Om, ma'am.